So the Demon Prince is now gliding. He dropped down here. He went ahead and enfeebled the sisters, so they're -1 toughness and strength right now. The spawn moved out of the crater up here so they can get a charge off. Plague Marines just sitting in the crater. The Obliterators did shuffle up a bit so they can get a charge on the Immolator. The Cultists moved up a little bit so I can get a few auto guns in on the squad over here. The Plague Marines with the Meltas jumped out so I could get some side arc shots onto the Repressor here. And the Lonely Obliterator is just hanging out.
Alright, Chaos, shooting turn 3. Tony's going to cast Lucius Firestorm from his Prince. And he is able to get the power off. But Matt is able to deny the witch. Now here he's going to contemplate using the Obliterators on that Immolator. Decides instead to use the Plague Marines that are in the wreck of their former Rhino. So he's got 2 plasma guns and a Plague Marine throwing a crack grenade. And as you can see the roll there, everything hits. And he rolls for penetration, and 1 penetration on the crack grenade. 2 do not get through from the plasma, but 1 glances and 1 pen. So it's 2 pens and a glance. Kind of letting Matt know that he's going to have to re-roll the penetration separately because one's AP2. So that was for the glance. So the glance now is through. And he's rolling for the crack grenade. And that goes through. Now he's rolling because all Sisters of Battle vehicles and models have vulnerable saves. So it turns into a wreck, no explosions. So our fiery hull explosion thing is on top of that. So another vehicle down. These Plague Marines have, if you had heard him say disembark, they have Melta, and he's going to use the Combi Melta. So 2 of them hit, adds the 2 color die for they're in range of the additional damage, and those are going to be 2 pens. And the vulnerable saves, 1 is saved. So only 1 penetration, and Tony rolls 1. So shaken on the repressor, and a hull damage to it. So the smaller smoke for that. Now the cultists, the few in range, mostly the heavy stubber, are going to try to hit the command squad, one of the command squads. The Sisters of Battle is over in the far corner there. One of the 3 multi-meltas. Now this has been a pretty good tactic here for Tony because the cultists are in the back, so the light armor is not being a factor because they have more heavily armored Plague Marines are up front with their toughness, so they're actually bringing a lot more to fire. So he gets the 2 hits. After all that, roll this armor, those are 2 wounds, and that fails both of the saves, and it also fails the 2 fail no pains. So he ends up losing 2 of the sisters. He's checking the line of sight, and 2 of them are removed. So they'll be having to take a leadership test as Spectre puts those down for them. Now this Obliterator here, he's going to go use a twin link plasma gun, and he hits both of those. Now on these 2s and wounds 2 of the models there. And because of the special difference in models, Spectre is rolling separately, but fails the invulnerable save for 1, and fails the invulnerable save for 2. So 2 sisters of that Dominion squad are lost. So now it's kind of like seeing that there's some success in the middle of the board. Those Obliterators have the option to kind of like turn their fire elsewhere, so they'll look for a different vehicle, and they're going to opt for blast cannons. So one hit, it will penetrate. It's a 12. Vehicle might have a little cover with looking for, but Spectre Wile does not make the save. So it's 4 +1 to AP2, destroying a weapon. So full damage, but now that immolator is really not that effective.
Alright, so Sisters of Battle movement round 3. The immolators come up on top of the hill to get a commanding position for wherever it wants to shoot its guns. My other Dominion squad came in on the flank again on the far flank, which isn't going to help out too much, but maybe we can get into the battle at some point. The Sisters of Battle dismounted from their repressor, and then the repressor tried to tank shock the obliterators. I had 3 chances on 3 different rolls to get a result that might kill an obliterator, but he was able to penetrate it with a multi-gun weapon, so he did get the penetration and the explosion on the repressor. We did manage to injure one of the Plague Marines with the explosion, but he rolled his armor, so he saved it. And that is, and the other immolator has moved forward, and the other Dominions moved up behind the obliterator. So that is end of Sisters movement, round 3.
Alright, so Spectre Wiles will be starting his issue phase. He opts to use the Dominion squad. He's activating the powers to make a twin link, but if you recall, in the shooting phase, he lost a lot of his special weapons. So just a sergeant with a plasma pistol. Or I think there's maybe one Dominion squad left. Plasma gun. And he's able to do a couple of wounds. I think it's a plasma. So one regular. So he gets makes 2 regular saves at 2+, fails the invulnerable save, he takes 1 wound. So the Dominion squad's immolated there, fires, hits, and wounds. But he makes the cover save behind a ruined wall. So Spectre Wile contemplating what he's doing here now. So his squad has disembarked from the repressor, so they're going to go after the plague bears that they've gotten out. Flame there. Nice. Once again getting his active faith to go off for the combat squad. Now these are pretty much all bolt guns. He has one multi-melted with snap firing, small die. Just a reroll 1s, which is the number of dice there. And puts a good chunk of wounds on. So a pretty good roll for Spectre Wile. Champions in the back. So Tony doesn't have to really kind of move any allocation. So good number of wounds. A very good roll by Spectre Wile. And Tony does not roll well. 3+ armor. And subconsciously doesn't roll well to the Feel No Pain either. So 4 Marines. This group perish, dropping that group considerably. So pretty good retaliation on Spectre Wile's part for that. He's going to fire a multi-melta into the Obliterators. He will hit and wound. Tony will fail the save, which is off camera. So he will pretty much put a wound on him. He's at the mark of Nurgle, so there will be no insta-killing. And that pretty much does it for the very limited Sisters of Battle shooting phase. And here's the some assaults been going on. Chaos Spawn assaulted the Chaos turn. That's what's left from 2 close combat assaults, and the Canis is left over for the Demon Prince.